Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Katja and welcome to the Stashbusting Challenge 2025. These are the preparation weeks. So today I am going to show you the rest of my fiber stash, which is my handspun yarn and my actual spinning fiber. We did the yarn last week. So I realized that I have a lot of undyed spinning fiber, which is cool, but the question is, do I dye it before I spin it up or do I dye the finished yarn? But for now, let's take a look at my handspun and fiber. So between the yarn that I showed you last week and this handspun and fiber, my fiber stash is a total of 11,755 grams. I have almost 12 kilos of fiber related stuff, and I really hope to have a lot less by the time 2025 is over. So the next question is, what do I do with it? What do I want? So when I make stuff, and this has always been a little bit of a problem for me, when I make stuff, one aspect that I always like to consider is making things that are actually useful to me. So what does that look like for me? Well, basically I wear shawls and I wear socks because living in North Carolina means that I do not have a lot of use for scarves or hats. Now, when I work, I do wear fingerless gloves because my office has 3 outside walls and a very capricious AC vent. And I would like to make a light sweater and a cardigan. The sweater is going to be made from riveting, the recycled denim yarn that I showed you. And for the cardigan, I would like to use up quite a bit of my sock yarn. I have a lot of sock yarn, sort of, reds and purples and all of this. And on the sort of, whimsical fuckery side of things, I am going to make a yarn chicken. I have seen several yarn chickens. I love them. I will make one. So much of the cotton yarn that I showed you is going to become tea towels. I'm going to get out the loom, and once I figure out where to set it up so that I don't trip over it the whole time, I will make some tea towels. And for some of the wool that I have, I could use some, I could use a table runner and I could use some like dresser runners. So I might make those too. In terms of crochet, I have 2 books of amigurumi fantasy creatures, which I love. And I would love to make all of them, but the cotton yarn that I have is not really suitable for that. And it's probably also not going to be enough because since I just bought that rainbow pack, I only have one skein of each color, so that's not going to be enough. I might try to figure out maybe material for one of them. I'll see. But I will definitely make a sun hat. And I hope to finish the purple and white granny square blanket that I showed you in the works in progress. When it comes to yarn leftovers, I'm not entirely convinced that I'll have the discipline to do this all year, but I would like to do something with any leftovers that I might have. I was thinking maybe some 4x4 inch squares for sort of a scrap blanket, or maybe hexie puffs. I like hexie puffs. I imagine a blanket made out of them as not particularly comfortable. One other idea that I had was maybe make little crochet flowers. That would be nice, and then, once I have a lot of them, I can use them for something. I think that might be a good idea. What do you think? What is your favorite way of getting rid of any leftovers from a project? Let me know. I would really like to know. So one thing that I haven't showed you at all yet is my fabric stash. And quite frankly, I am not going to do that before Christmas. It is now, today is December 19th, so Christmas is upon us, and I'm not going to do it because I have so much fabric, and some of it is already spoken for. I have projects in mind, and some of it isn't, and some is quilting fabric, and it's a little bit of an overwhelming situation, so I promise I will show you all the fabric stash, but I might do it sort of as the challenge goes along. I might start with stash busting the yarn a little bit and then sort of work my way up to the fabric. I do have two big things in mind though. First of all, I've collected quite a bit of denim, and I would like to use that to reupholster my recliner. My recliner is at the very least secondhand. I got it from the Habitat Restore, and it is nice, but it is threadbare now, and it has rips and things. So I would really like to do that. I would like to make sort of a denim patchwork thing, maybe with some embroidery. I have visions of this, but my experience with upholstering furniture is extremely limited. However, my confidence in my craft abilities is limitless and most likely unearned, but it is there. I think that I can do most anything when it comes to crafty endeavors. I don't know, how do you feel about your craft prowess, but I feel pretty good about mine, so I will definitely attempt that. And I also have very little quilting experience. Again, that's not going to stop me though, because we do need some quilts for the living room, because crappy insulation is all over this house, and it gets a little chilly when, sitting in the living room at night. And that brings me to another topic. Do I get to buy stuff during this challenge? Okay, so the short answer is no. I would like to try not to buy anything craft related in 2025. Within reason. If something breaks or becomes otherwise unsuitable for use, I will most likely repair or replace the item. What I'm thinking of here is that there was an incident that happened a few years ago when I made a quilt for the wedding of two friends of mine. And one morning, I tripped over the dog in my room and I spilled coffee over half of the fabrics for the quilt that I had stacked up. And the coffee didn't wash out and I had to replace the fabric. So that's the sort of thing that I'm thinking about. Ideally, I would like to choose projects that can be completed with the materials and supplies I already own. And I will try my best to choose them carefully, so that I have everything. But I'm sure you know how that goes, right? If I'm well into a project, or maybe I'm just starting it, but I'm really sold on wanting to make it, and I realize that I overlooked something that I need but don't have, I might buy the thing.
You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
What I mean to say is that I'd like to avoid making more unfinished projects for myself just because I'm doing a no-buy year. I know that I don't have backing fabric or batting for that matter, and purchasing those things in the course of the year at some point would be worth it to me if they help me use up my stash and, get a useful item out of it. So the other day, a viewer was kind enough to leave a comment under one of my videos, and she told me about a stash busting challenge that she tried, I think with a friend of hers, and she said that she challenged herself to make at least 2 new things each month. I think that's a great idea, and I would really like to take inspiration from her and add this sort of a recurring element, a sort of recurring rule to my challenge. So, because I think that I might need something a little bit more concrete than just, okay, I'll just make stuff. Some of the projects I'm thinking about probably can't be completed in a month. At least not by me, given my current life and work circumstances. So there will be projects that stretch out over several months, I think. But I was thinking I might do something a little bit similar, except entirely different. So, apart from my stash being just completely unwieldy and unused and, unenjoyed, really, the same thing bothers me about my collection of craft books. I love them. I love them all. I love taking them off the shelf on a Sunday afternoon and read and look at the photos. I find them inspiring. I do. But I think that's not all they're good for, and that's not all that they were meant for. I think I'm supposed to use them to make stuff. I know, it's a novel idea, right? And I don't do that enough, and that bothers me. So I picked 12 fiber arts books from my craft book collection. Every month, I want to take one of them, read it, and learn what it has to teach me, and make at least one project. Most of the books, all but one, contain projects that can be completed within a month. The book for January is Knit Swirl by Sandra McIver. And it's a book of beautiful cardigans, and I've always wanted to make them. But I picked that for January so that I can start the damn cardigan and, hopefully finish it in the course of the year. Other than that, all the books have projects that and I'm confident that I can probably do within a month. All right, so that is almost all of the prep for the Stash Busting Challenge done. And so next week I am going to show you the books and some of the projects that I'm planning, or well, that I'm thinking about. And then the week after that, it's, time to start. I'm really excited, and I really hope that you find, if you feel that you need to, reduce your stash a little bit, I hope that you find a challenge, either this one or a different one that suits your life. And I hope that you'll join me in making stuff. I am very excited about this. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the holiday season. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.